This is Bob.
What's up?
This is Bob with his kids.
Oh, my back.
This is Bob with his wife.
My neck. My neck.
This is Bob doing daily tasks like drinking a cup of coffee.
My shirt. Oh, my neck. My knee. My leg.
This is how Bob works. Bob didn't watch Tausif Hussain's videos. Don't be like Bob. Watch this video to improve your posture and your overall health. A message from a CTOY foundation. So there's a good chance right now that you're watching this video while sitting at a desk. So I put together a few pointers that I found very helpful and I thought might be helpful to you guys as well. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first step we're gonna talk about is the chair.
Not much lumbar support.
Now, the first step to adjusting the chair is making sure that the height of it is just right for you. So the first thing you want to keep in mind is your elbows, right? Your elbows need to be at a 90-degree angle while you're sitting at the table, right? So this is pretty much 90 degrees angle, right? Let's get a ruler out. You can be approximate. You don't have to do exact, don't worry. You don't want to be working like this where your elbows are completely out of whack, nor do you want to be working like this with like your elbows, you know, kind of like bending upwards. So feel free to adjust your chair until your elbows are exactly 90 degrees. Next up, you want to make sure that your feet are always touching the floor, whether you do that naturally or with some assistance. Are we done yet? So the entire idea is you want to keep your back straight and keep your feet and thighs parallel to the floor. So if you're able to accomplish that, then I think you're good to go. So the next step we're going to talk about is the monitor, right? So the first thing you want to keep in mind with your monitor is you want to keep that monitor about an arm's length away from you, right? And this is because you don't want to strain your eyes or your back, right? You don't want to be staring like this. I mean, you're killing your back as well as your eyes. Arm's length is the best way to do it. You want to be close enough so that you can manage that. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is you also want to keep the top of your monitor at about eye level. This is because you don't really want to strain your neck. You know, like if your monitor is like all the way up here, then you know, to look at the screen, you're kind of like, you know, bending your neck up and you're creating this like pressure point in your neck, and that's going to pain over time, right? Versus if you have something like down here where the top of the monitor is around eye level, now you can actually like look down and read everything just with your eyes. You don't have to like kind of move your neck around, and that's pretty much the wisdom behind that. Now, how do you elevate your monitor? There's several different ways. I mean, the cheapest way is just use a stack of papers, right? Or like a box or something, and just put it underneath your monitor stand, and that's going to elevate your monitor. The other thing is, if you want to make it all pretty and look good, you can use like monitor stands from companies like Grovemade. I'll have a few linked down below if you're interested. Or you can do what I'm doing basically, which is I have a monitor arm here by Fully, and that gives me like full, you know, customizability on how I want to swivel it, where I want to put it, what height and everything. And that will basically allow me to change the position of this depending on how I'm sitting or where I'm sitting. Now, another thing to keep in mind is you don't want a light source directly behind your monitor or behind you, right? And that is because, you know, you don't want your eyes to be strained with like a brighter source in behind your monitor, and your eyes are trying to like focus on your monitor, or there's like a light source behind your monitor which is causing a lot of glare and causing issues for you to see. So the best position to put a monitor would be with a light source somewhere on the side or no light source at all. So that way you're not fatiguing your eyes as much. Now, some of you may be wondering, Tausif, what if I just have a laptop, right? I don't have like a monitor and fancy schmancy and all that stuff, right? I just got a laptop. What do I do? Well, the best thing to do is get one of these laptop stands, right? You can pick one up real cheap on Amazon. There's a whole bunch. I'll list a few that I like down below. But basically, you can place one on a laptop stand, and that will elevate your laptop to kind of like the eye level, and then you'd want to use a separate Bluetooth keyboard and mouse to kind of control that, right? Because you don't want to be working like this, because then that defeats the entire purpose. Okay, next let's talk about the entire instrument panel, right? We want to talk about all the things that you're going to use to basically control your computer and even stuff on your desk. You want to have all your peripherals and everything within arm's reach. You don't want to be reaching out for things randomly and, you know, getting spasms and stuff like that. Yeah, it happens. So let's first start with the keyboard and the mouse. Okay, so talking about the keyboard and the mouse, where do you want to place your hands? You just don't want to willy-nilly place them anywhere, right? Like, so the best thing to do is kind of come to your desk and then kind of just take your hands, plop them on the desk and see where they land, right? You want to know where you're most comfortable. As long as there's a 90-degree angle, where do your hands land? So technically right now, the keyboard for me should be somewhere around here, right? In this case, let's move this down here. Boom. Now I'm nice and comfy, you know, like right where my hands land is where the keyboard is and the mouse is within reach. So this is where my hands naturally rest. So this is where my keyboard goes. And then I kind of have my mouse right within reach, right beside the keyboard. That way, you know, I'm not straining much from moving from here to here. When you're moving the mouse, you want to make sure you're moving from your actual elbow as the pivot point rather than your shoulder. So basically when you're moving it around, you don't want to use your entire arm and shoulder and kind of just move around the mouse like this. You're putting a lot of strain on your shoulder muscles here, versus if your pivot point is your actual elbow, now all you're doing is kind of just, you know, moving around your wrist, your elbow, your forearm, and kind of just, you know, controlling your mouse that way rather than, you know, that entire arm motion. Now, another thing you want to make sure is your wrist is actually straight when you're using the mouse. This is probably one of the reasons why a lot of people have issues with their wrist, and I used to have issues with my wrist before as well, and that's because I would just kind of like, you know, my wrist would just hit the table, and this caused like this, you know, little stress point at my wrists, and basically your wrist is taking the brunt of all the movement, versus if your wrists are elevated kind of at like a 90-degree angle to your shoulders, or if they're at least even above and not touching the ground, then that's better, because now there's a lot more motion and fluidity to your actual wrist to move. So one thing I like using is this, which is called the Delta Hub Carpio 2. And basically what it does is it allows me to rest my wrist, but also have it at a 90-degree angle. So when I'm moving the mouse, it kind of just slides with my hand, as well as my wrist is still elevated and staying at that 90-degree angle. Now, last couple things that I want to mention on this topic is try to use more keyboard shortcuts if you can. It reduces the amount of time you got to kind of switch between your mouse and your keyboard, so that will help, as well as increase your mouse sensitivity, right? So that you're not moving your mouse like literally from like one corner of your desk to another. You're kind of just using minimal movement to get maximum output from your mouse. Increase keyboard shortcut usage as well as mouse sensitivity. Okay, so the last part of this video is movements and stretches. Now, this is not my favorite part because I don't do any of these, to be quite honest with you. So I promise to try to do these, if you guys promise as well, for our mutual better health. So the first one is chin tuck, and basically you tuck your chin into your neck to kind of just stretch out those muscles, since your chin and your neck is kind of positioned forward while you're using the computer most of the time. So this kind of helps alleviate those muscles a little bit. The next one, this one I actually do sometimes, but I recently found out that my neck cracks every time I do it, and it's not supposed to. But basically it's like you use your arm and you kind of just bend your neck over to like one side, and then do the same thing with the other, and then you kind of just stretch it out. The third one I'm going to mention has to do with your shoulder blades. You kind of just want to squeeze your shoulder blades back together, and that will kind of just you know, stretch out your back a little bit. And the last one that I actually personally found very helpful, and this is something that I do which is when I'm looking at the computer screen for a long time, I like looking out into the distance for a few seconds, like every 20 minutes or 30 minutes of using the computer screen. I usually do it to think, but it also helps out because it reduces eye strain on your eyes. So when you're looking at a screen so close, right, and then you kind of just look away at the distance and kind of just stare at the distance for a little bit of time, count down to like 10, 20 seconds. Use that time to maybe collect your breath and get some breathing exercises going. Helpful nonetheless. Okay, so that pretty much covers up most of the tips I wanted to give today. The most important thing I would add to the very bottom is, you know, take some breaks, get up and move around, walk around. Stuff like that really helps when you are, you know, working and sitting at a desk, especially if you're like editing videos and stuff like that, or editing anything, or even just working at a desk job. We tend to forget to just get up and take a walk and take a break, right? So stuff like that is good. Being hydrated is really important as well. But the most important tip I'd say personally, and this is slightly selfish as well, would be to share this video with your friends and family, because, you know, don't let them suffer in silence. Help them out. Hopefully they get a better you know, posture out of it as well. All in all, I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, keep Bob in your prayers, because I mean, he really needs some help right now. He's getting better though. He's getting better. In any case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there were any tips that I missed, feel free to list them down below. Feel free to let me know what other stuff that you do, whether it's absolutely, you know, doesn't make any sense at all. Love to hear it all. Comment section down below. See you guys in the next video. Take care, stay blessed. Peace. Totally forgot. I have to mic this up, but how do I mic this with this?
Oh. Jenna, you can't laugh.
Was it good? Did it come out good? I mean, stop recording. Last one. Stop recording.